TV! What's going on, guys? It's your boy Rody. I'm here with another Showdawee Speaks episode covering Batman the Killing Joke. And no, this is not the graphic novel, but the recently released movie that was a cinematic rated R phenomenon across the world, and any comic book nerd like myself and just animated Batman fan was excited to see it. Now, I've been a fan of The Killing Joke, as most comic book people have. This is probably one of the most praised graphic novels of all time, and it's pretty dope to see that they were going to make it into a theatrical presentation. Rated R, not PG-13, full, uncut, just the way we wanted it. And I was going into this movie really excited. You know, we saw a trailer. They were showing all the snippets of big parts and pictures that were similar to that of the graphic novel. And it's just like, oh man, it's going to be so good. I was really excited about it. Not the same feeling I got leaving the theater, unfortunately. It was about an hour and 15 minutes of fluff. Like, it wasn't the engaging, dark, thrilling feel that I got from reading it, and that's kind of sucks because you always come to these type of things with anticipations of what you want it to be, and this is not what I want it to be. The movie starts out with Barbara being the narrator, giving a semi-story between her and someone that's similar to the Joker in his narcissistic, psychopathic mindset, and they're kind of just setting it up for the next part of the movie, which is in fact The Killing Joke. I know they gave this movie that part because they wanted to make it longer, and The Killing Joke couldn't have been very long without it doing that, but I feel like it kind of drug the movie down, you know, adding in a semi-sex scene with her and Batman, and you know, I felt like that was unneeded. It just didn't add to the thrill of the movie. I also felt like at some points the animation just didn't fit with the expectations that the movie should have been. Even the animations of the old Batman animated series were a little bit better, in my opinion, than a lot of the scenes during this movie. And I felt like that's a downfall because you have Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, the gods of voice acting, that coming back to reprise their roles in this movie, and you can't even give us the cinematic feel for the drawings for their voices. So I was really kind of let down by that, but I tried to not let that bother me. I want the story to speak for itself. Unfortunately, I still didn't get that thrill from the Joker storytelling after, you know, all the Barbara Gordon fluff from the beginning. Even them showing how he was going throughout, you know, talking to his wife and, you know, putting on the Red Hood, and they kind of rushed through the whole scene of him becoming the Red Hood and being in the you know, the suit and falling into the vat. That felt like a really, really quick scene, and I didn't get the, you know, experience of him becoming the Joker, and even him talking to Batman in the end before he told him the joke. It was just not as thrilling as I hoped it would be, and I feel like this is a letdown in my opinion, because I was really looking forward to this movie being something of a high point for all the future animated movies. All the other DC animated movies that came out before this, PG-13 and all, were amazing. Like, they were really good storytelling, the great animations. I don't know if they were going for a throwback feel to this movie and just wanted to stay to that tone, but I felt like that hurt it, as well as just the rushing pace after finishing up the Barbara Gordon fluff. I think that may have been a bad idea, giving her that, you know, part of the movie with her telling the narration. Like, it just didn't do anything for the movie as a whole. I really would have liked for them to put a little bit more attention on the Joker and just him going through the scenes of him hurting and being, you know, at the bottom of the world and not having any way to come out and just be, you know, fuck it, I'm about to just take over the earth. Like, he was not, I didn't get that feeling from him, and that sucks because Mark Hamill's not going to be doing this too much longer. I mean, we all know that he, at one point in time, he said, I'm not doing any more Jokers, and now this is the high point. Like, this is the Joker story, and it's just not being told cinematically like I wanted it to be. You know, everybody has thoughts on how a book should be told when they read it, and they have the voices in their head, and how it would look. I feel like everybody had a similar feel because the book, you can't really deteriorate from what the book is telling you and the pictures in it. You just need them to narrate it a little bit thicker in the movie. So you want to see those famous scenes of him taking a picture, him shooting her, you know, him telling Batman a joke, him falling into the vat. All those scenes are stuff that you want to see and feel in the movie, and I don't get that. I feel like it's rushed. I feel like it's not as gritty and grimy as it should have been, even for it being rated R. A rated R movie shouldn't just be rated R because they have a fake sex scene, which is not even a sex. There's no moans, no nothing. She just takes off her shirt, has her bra on, and you assume there's about to be sex. So besides that, there is cursing a few times and blood. There's nothing else in this movie that makes you feel like this was an adaptation from a graphic novel aside from the blood, which you get from the graphic novel. You get the gritty, the dark tones, the real feeling of him going through pain. There was even a scene where he was singing a song. Why is there a Joker dance song number in The Killing Joke? There's nothing funny about this scene, especially when this is the scene when Gordon is going through the carousel of him seeing his daughter being shot in blood and naked. Like, that's an integral scene in the book, and this movie takes that scene and makes it something funny with him dancing and singing. You don't get that pain from Gordon. You don't get that hurt from Gordon. You don't get that Joker has taken him through the most darkest time of his life, and now he comes out standing talking about do it by the book. Like, that's part of the book as far as the graphic novel, but you don't get the sense that Gordon has been hurt. He has been changed forever. That's not something that you feel. And I feel like that's something that was really important for this movie. There had to be a lot of feeling and the understanding of the undertones for this movie, which is by the Joker, anybody can become crazy if they're put in the wrong situation, which is the worst day of their life. And I don't get that, unfortunately. Even the joke at the end, I didn't really feel like I felt it in the movie. Like, I think it was just too rushed. I don't know if that's just me. Hopefully you guys can tell me down below if you feel the same, if you haven't seen it yet. But I do feel like this movie just didn't hit home quite like I thought it would. I'm a little let down by it. I was really hoping that I was going to go into it and just be like, oh man, this is just everything that was supposed to be. I was really hoping dark, gritty, just all that. And it wasn't it. It wasn't it. I feel a little salty for paying my money for the movie. I could have downloaded this and watched it like all the other DC comic movies I've seen. And I wanted to do a little bit better because Batman is my favorite hero. But unfortunately, I can't say that this is something that I will look forward to seeing again in the future. I will just read the graphic novel myself again to refresh myself of how I think it should have been. I don't think I'm the only person going around that's going to feel this way. You guys let me know down below what you think about this. Unfortunately, I don't recommend you guys checking it out in theaters. Check it out at the house. Wait till it get on Netflix or something like that. But that's just my Showdawee Speak segment on Batman the Killing Joke. You guys let me know down below what you think of the movie, if you've seen it yet, or if you plan to see it, and what you think of this review. And we're going to keep it rocking, y'all. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Showdawee TV, out.